year. I could be wrong, but I think there was about 7,000 home programs during 1 month. About maybe 100 teams of devotees going out every day. Something like that. It's been really successful. It's not our real business, I mean, it's just really to connect people with Krishna. Our business is not, we're not out for numbers, we're not out for money. These things come and go. But it's really to connect people with Krishna. That's where we all belong. So this is a nice program to do that. And we have it even in, I've seen it in Malaysia, it's not just in people's homes, we have them in public also. One of the interesting ones is at the market. Mostly Muslim people coming, even Muslim people offering lamps to Damodar. Not just Hindus, Muslims also. All kinds of people, Christians, Muslims. It's a nice custom in Malaysia where they have, of course Diwali is coming up. When is Diwali? October 17th. Yeah? 17th. October 17th is Diwali Day. So Diwali is actually the day when this pastime takes place. Now, I don't know if you have a big program here in Sydney for Diwali, but in Malaysia Diwali is a public national holiday. All the Muslims are on holiday, Christians are on, everyone's on holiday on Diwali. All countries are on holiday. It's the one Hindu holiday of the year when everyone's on holiday. And as you probably know, that the Muslims and the Christians and everybody, they all come round to the Hindus' houses. There's a kind of a little bit of a respect there and relationship. So that takes place on Diwali in Malaysia. So they're accustomed to that, to sharing each other's customs. So this is a good opportunity for us to do that too. But particularly this pastime of Krishna's pastimes, Damodar pastimes, that particular pastime takes place on the day of Diwali. So we don't usually hear that. That's actually the day when it takes place. That's another significance of the day of Diwali. So we've got 30 days starting on Monday or something. Be nice, those who are in position to do so. Find out, I don't know, later on someone's going to discuss this program in the details maybe. Take part in it. It's a lot of fun. There's no more greater happiness really than seeing other people connecting with Krishna. It's the greatest pleasure. It's greater than our own connection to see others connecting with Krishna. This is our purpose, to bring happiness. Happiness is not just, laughing and joking. That may be there, but it's a real happiness is within our hearts, that we're no longer irritated or agitated or frustrated, and anxiety for material achievement. As long as we're desiring material things more than required, of course you have to have sufficient material things to maintain your families, but more than required creates irritation, agitation, frustration, anxiety. So this is one of the ways that we can become, I think the only way we can really become free of anxiety and attachments and frustrations in this world is when we have an alternative. We're trying to give people an alternative. And if you are quite new to society, not to Krishna consciousness, however, most of you, I think all of you, well, one or two exceptions, are born of Indian origins. And this is nothing new to any of you entirely, but it is new really, because again, Krishna consciousness is not just like a doctrine or a religion as such, but essentially a realization. It's a reality. It's a reality. And just like you may hear about something and you say, "I know about it," but it's not quite the same as actually being there. Or say, for instance, someone describes something about a particular kind of food. It's not quite the same as eating it. You may have some idea what it's like, what it's made of. The actual taste is different. That's another thing altogether. So the real thing that people need is a taste. It's not just another doctrine to so-called believe in. It's actually a realization and a life which they can live with Krishna. In our case, we're trying to give people this opportunity to live a life of Krishna consciousness. So this particular month of Damodar is very special because not only is this many activities take place in this particular month, there are other big activities take place. Diwali, this Damodar pastime, Krishna is lifting Govardhan Hill, which is also coming up shortly after Diwali, and other activities too. It's a very important month for, at least for those who are Vaishnavas, those who are devotees of Krishna. It's a very important month. And it says that, states in this month that the results of your service are magnified 1,000 times. So not to say therefore, well, if I go to 7 houses this month, that's 1,000 times 7, that comes to 7,000 houses. Why stop there? No, the benefits are increased considerably this month, so we shouldn't want to limit that. It's a great month to do service of connecting others to Krishna. And that we're going to do, I think the program is probably similar to the one we have in Malaysia, where we'll talk about Damodar and Puja. Maybe a little statuette of Lord Damodar will be introduced to the people in their homes, and some kirtan, prasadam, like that. Simple program, but very attractive. So please take advantage of this. Some of you may like to have in your own homes, or introduce to others in your community. And it's a very good program for re-establishing our connection with Krishna, helping people to become Krishna conscious. So the pastime, perhaps you have this book, Krishna book here. Do you have the Krishna book here? You have a book table? How many of you have gotten this book, Krishna book? Oh good, many. Here comes one nice copy. This is a beautiful copy. Do you have many of these? Many copies are there?
Yes, we have lots.
Lots of copies. This is nice. Krishna, a whole, this is the 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam. In here, a summary of the pastimes mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam about Krishna's life and pastimes. By understanding these pastimes of Krishna, Krishna states in Bhagavad Gita, Jamma Karma Chamedijam, Evam Yoga Tatvitaha, Vadeham Purnama, Yama, Naiti Mamiti Surjaya. The one who understands the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities in this world does not take birth again in this world. So where do they go? They go back to Godhead, the spiritual world. Simple process of understanding Krishna's pastimes. This book particularly, Prabhupada, our spiritual master, who wrote this particular summary study of the 10th Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, states that this book alone is sufficient to go back to Godhead. Because it's not just a book about Krishna's pastimes only, but the whole philosophy, practical application, everything is described in this book. Very beautiful. If you haven't got it, I understand they have more on the book table. It's really worth it. We spend so much money on so many things. But this is for the soul, especially if you've got children. This book is really valuable. It's the first book I ever got. I got this book in 1971. Not this version, or this edition that's in. This is the whole book. It doesn't look very big, but there's 800 or 900 pages in here. In the whole 10th canto. So it's really worth getting this book. There's a whole section in here where Krishna lifts Govardhan hill. And there's a whole section in here where he, with his pastime, which we now call Damodar, one of his bound around the udara, around the abdomen, and the waist, by ropes of Mother Yashoda. So I guess we should tell that pastime a little bit tonight, just for the sake of hearing something about Krishna's pastimes. This is when Krishna was in Gokul. When Krishna appeared, where did Krishna appear? Where was he? Where did he appear in this world? New Zealand? Ujjain? New Zealand or Ujjain? Oh, in a prison. Oh, he appeared in a prison. In Sydney or in New Zealand? In Park Lee. He appeared in Park Lee. Where was the jail? Mathura. Interesting, isn't it? Some of you have been to Mathura, maybe you've seen the present-day replica, it's just a replica, of course, of the original place somewhere in that area. So, that's one normal understanding. But did Krishna stay there? When he appeared, what did he look like?
He had aura around him.
Aura, yeah. Effulgence. Shining. What else? Do you know?
He had a lotus.
Yeah,
a
good.
chakra.
Yeah, love. Shank.
And a conch.
Yeah, these 4 symbols. Now, those are, who carries those 4 symbols? Vishnu, Narayan. You don't see Krishna in Vrindavan with those 4 symbols, do you?
No.
Doesn't. Krishna's in his simple 2-armed form. So how is that? Krishna appeared in Mathura with 4 arms, holding these 4 symbols, very majestic looking. And he's known as Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva. So what happens? There he is in the jail, and then he's a little tiny boy in Vrindavan. What's that?
All the chains go loose, and he gets carried from Mathura to Goloka.
Into Vrindavan. Good. It's very good. You've been hearing about Krishna's personal pastimes. Good girl. You deserve a sticker. Where's those stickers? Where's that bag? Where's the blue bag? Give this young lady a sticker. Jagannath sticker. When Krishna was in Mathura, short time, Mother Devaki and Vasudeva, Mother and Father, Krishna, you are young lady. Thank that's Lord Jagannath. Thank you. Mother Devaki and Vasudeva, the parents of Krishna, were very worried, of course, because already Kamsa had killed 6 of their children. And they were very afraid that now Kamsa would come again and try to kill their 8th child. 7th child, of course, would be transferred to the womb of Rohini in Vrindavan. A cup would be appropriate. A cup. All quicker. Makes me feel like I'm back in my youth in the bars. Straight from the bottle. Back as a baby, from the milk bottle. Thank you. The plastic cup is a very, very advanced civilization. In ancient times they would have golden cups and they would throw them away. You have to at least wash your plastic cups out of the program. You have to recycle the cups, or to throw plastic cups away now. So then Krishna was taken by Vasudeva, as you probably know, over the river Jamuna to Gokul. Gokul Gokul is the actual Krishna. Gokul Vrindavan, and it's also known as Mahaman. So he was taken over there and replaced in the middle of the night by Yasoda. And Nanda Maharaj, she's given birth to a baby daughter. So the story goes that the son of Devaki was taken by Vasudeva, the father, over the Jamuna and replaced without the knowledge of Mother Yasoda, who was fast asleep and didn't realize what type of baby she'd given him. So the babies were exchanged, so she didn't know that she actually had a baby girl. And when she woke up, she saw she had a baby boy. The baby girl was taken back by Vasudeva to Mathura. That's another story. But so then Mother Yasoda had a baby boy, who of course is Krishna. Now that baby of Mother Yasoda only had 2 hands, not 4, because he, in the prison, in the jail, Krishna had transformed himself in 4 arms to 2 arms also, in order that his identity would not be so obvious. So then Mother Yasoda had a beautiful child. But actually, and this is a big secret, Mother Yasoda actually gave birth to twins. This is not generally known. This is described in the Bhagavatam, but it's not generally spoken. That she gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. And when Vasudeva brought the baby boy to Gokul Vrindavan, the 2 boys merged into one. They became one child, who had the characteristics of both, in the sense the baby born of Yasoda was purely Vrindavan Krishna. The baby born of Devaki and Vasudeva is also Krishna, just another expansion in a different mood, in a mood of more reverential mood. Narayan, Vasudeva, with 4 arms. So whenever Krishna kills demons, he manifested. He doesn't do it. There's not the Krishna of Vrindavan who does that. It's the form of Vasudeva Krishna, who works through the organs of Vrindavan Krishna to kill demons. And when he performs loving pastimes with his devotees in Vrindavan, it's not the son of Devaki and Vasudeva. It's the son of Yasoda and Nanda. So this particular pastime, of course, is a loving one, although it has some interesting characteristics about it. For instance, it appears that Mother Yasoda acted in a way which caused Krishna to be angry. So it would appear that Mother Yasoda was doing something against Krishna's will, but no. As you'll see in a minute, it wasn't. It was purely, everything she does is for the pleasure of her son Krishna. When Krishna was living in Gokul Vrindavan, some demons were killed, many, and different activities took place. But this is the more or less the final major activity which took place in Gokul Vrindavan. And from there they moved shortly after this. The whole clan, Nanda Maharaj and his family, all moved shortly after this pastime to Vrindavan. The area we now call Vrindavan, more or less. So this pastime was very sweet. As you may know, Krishna is known as Makanchor. Some of you may like Makan. Who likes Makan? All the girls like Makan. What's Makan? What's Makan?
Yogurt.
Pardon? Yogurt? Yeah, it can be yogurt. Butter. Butter, yogurt. In Malaysia, the word makan simply means food. Makan. Food. And, Malaysian language is the oldest language on earth, of course. The Sanskrit language came from Malaysia, so they say. Half the words are coming from Hindi or from Sanskrit. So Krishna's name is Makanchor. What's Makanchor mean? That butterfly, good girl, she deserves a sticker. Give her a sticker. Just keep the bag with the stickers in it, because unless you want to keep getting up and down, keep fit. So Makanchor, Krishna, the butter thief. So he was always going. And Krishna, everything in this world has its origin in the spiritual world. Even theft. But the theft in the spiritual world of Krishna brings nothing but pleasure. In this material world it brings anxiety, so much distress. But in the spiritual world, it's like a little baby, a little child. A little child calls up and takes something, it's not quite the same, is it? It's almost fun, you know. You don't do that, but it's kind of like fun for the parents, even the neighbors sometimes. In the case of Krishna, it's much more than that, because Krishna is the most sweet, all-attractive, lovable person. So he would go as a little boy, a little tiny boy, just a few years old. He would go and he would steal from all the neighbors, all the gopis. He would go into their homes and he would steal all the butter and all the yogurt. And he would, in this way, call them all the sweets and causing chaos. And then he'd feed it to the monkeys. Break. If he couldn't reach it, he'd smash the pots and it would all fall out. And like this. And then urinate. They tried to do anything about it. He'd pass urine on the floor. And he would also pinch the babies, if they had little babies, he'd make them scream. He was causing havoc in the neighborhood. And so they all complained to Mother Yasoda. If you don't do something about this, you're a naughty boy, you have to do something to stop him. So, of course, Mother Yasoda was naughty boy. She was about to do something, but nobody ever said, no. Even if you know, whatever you do, it seems like even in the dark he has effulgence, you can see. As soon as they looked at Krishna's face, nobody could do anything. His sweet, innocent face, smiling at everybody, as if he had not done anything. Their children are sometimes, they try to look innocent. And no one could know so what to do with this child, I don't know. So I'm going to chastise him. I said, no, do not chastise him. Although they were complaining, they liked it actually, they were enjoying it. So Mother Yasoda thought, I've got to do something about this. So Mother Yasoda thought, well, I've got hundreds of thousands of maid servants cooking hundreds of thousands of sweets and yogurt and so many delicious preparations, but still Krishna goes next door to pinch from the next door neighbors, even though we've got unlimited supply of the best of everything. It's like cows. Have you ever seen a cow? You know what a cow is?
Yes.
You've seen cows? They still have cows? Lots of them, but sometimes children don't see them. They just live in the city all the time. They never see a cow. They don't know what they are really. So anyway, you know what they are. I know what they are. Cows, so you see them when they got a nice field of grass, but they'll go right up to the fence, and they'll poke their heads through the fence as far as they can break the fence even though they have the field full of grass. just to get the grass in the field next door. They got unlimited grass, but they go for the grass in the field next door. Even if they get a little electric shock, they still poke their nose through there. So it's kind of like nothing unusual. So Krishna had unlimited sweets and butter and ghee and yogurt and cream and everything Mother Yasoda was providing. But still Krishna was going elsewhere. He didn't stay at home. He was a very restless, mischievous child. And so she thought, well, the only thing to do here is I'll have to do all these sweets myself. I'll have to make all the yogurt and curd and everything myself. So she took it up herself, although she had thousands of maidservants. So she has a herd of cows. Mother Yasoda has a personal herd. How big is the herd? How many cows in Nanda Maharaj's herd? There's only a small herd actually, only 900,000 cows. Not many. And that she says that that's nothing compared with the total in Goloka. Each coward boy had hundreds of thousands of cows, everyone. There are millions of coward boys. So countless cows. There's no limit to the number of cows in Goloka Unlimited. So she took her prime herd, the chief herd of 900,000. And out of those there were 100 cows that are said to be the cows of all cows. They're the greatest cows of all. And they eat the sweetest grass. And their milk tastes like inconceivable nectar. So that was, she only took that milk, and she personally made everything from that milk. And so she was personally making all these wonderful sweets and different milk preparations for Krishna. That was her intention, to please Krishna. It's not so much, that's one side of it, but the real side of it is what really pleases Krishna. It's not necessarily that you've got the best milk. And by the way, if you want the best milk, wash out. If 99% of the milk you buy in a shop is not much good. It's next to no good at all. There's only 1 or 2 grams, I don't really know if you can get them in Australia, which are any good. Unless you get directly from the cow. If you have your own cow, anyone have their own cow? That's the best. Well, you can get put cow in the garden. And cows in your garden. Staying in a 20th story apartment block. With a cow on the balcony. That would go down well with the council. Probably not with the neighbours either. But anyway, if you have a cow, you're lucky because that milk's good. And the only other milk which is really digestible is milk which is nothing more than pasteurized. But unfortunately 99% of the milk is more than that. They homogenize and standardize and stabilize and reconstitute it and do all sorts of stuff which ruins the milk entirely. You're not getting milk at all actually. You're getting mostly lactose and a few bits and pieces, chemicals thrown in and different things like that. Isn't much good for us. So the real milk is very good. So she had the best of milk. And her intention was to use that for Krishna. But it's not that alone, it's the love. It's her love which really captures Krishna's attention. So she was preparing these sweets with love for Krishna. Meanwhile, Krishna was lying down. She put him down to rest. But Krishna woke up and he was feeling hungry, so he started to cry, as babies or young children do. So then Mother Yasoda put the cooking aside and came to Krishna and started to feed Krishna her breast milk. Meanwhile, pots of milk she could hear were boiling over. And sometimes that happened, the milk started to boil over. So she put Krishna down again and went back to the kitchen to attend to the milk cooking for Krishna's pleasure. Krishna, however, wanted to perform some sweet pastimes. So he got very angry. He got angry what is this? My mother has put me down in the middle of feeding me. This is not good. So he thought, I'll teach a lesson. I'll do something very naughty. It's nothing unusual for Krishna. So he decided that he would now create chaos in his own mother's store. So he went into the storeroom where all the pots of yogurt and curd and butter and everything was stored, and he started to empty them out, smashing the pots. Monkeys came left and right, and he started to feed the monkeys, as well as eating himself, covering himself with curd, feeding the monkeys, and everyone was having a great party, having a good birthday party or whatever like that. And meanwhile, Mother Yasoda finished correcting everything in the kitchen. She came back. She saw her son was no more there. He crawled off somewhere. So she went looking, where is he gone? And she found all the broken pots here, scattered here and there. This is my naughty son has done this. She thought, where is he? And then she saw him, because Krishna was back to Mother Yasoda, but he could see in the reflection in the monkey's eyes his mother was coming. And the monkeys could see that he saw his mother coming, so then he ran his little way, like a little boy. He got up and ran as fast as he could to get away from Mother Yasoda. And although he was a little tiny tot, Mother Yasoda was a full-grown woman. No matter how fast she ran, she couldn't catch him. Very mystical. Running around the courtyard, round and round and round. Mother Yasoda got so tired, was sweating, and hair fell loose, her flowers were falling out of her hair. Everything was getting loose. She was trying to catch Krishna. Now Krishna cannot be caught by anyone. Even the yogis cannot catch him. He's beyond their catch. He's only caught by love. When Mother Yasoda was toiling like this, she thought, I better teach my son a lesson. Somehow I'd have to do something to teach him. He can't carry on like this. This is, God knows what he'll be when he grows up if he carries on like this. Like all parents think, God knows what will happen to my son. Of course, her son happened to be God, but she was still thinking like that. So she then chased and eventually Krishna, out of his love for his mother, he let her catch him. And she thought, what do we know? Krishna was looking very afraid. She had a stick, she had like a whipping stick in her hand, as if she was going to beat him. But she wasn't going to beat him, but just holding him there. So Krishna said was afraid of the stick. And Mother Yasoda was holding, and he looked very afraid. So then Mother said, what am I going to do now? So then Mother Yasoda saw there was one mortar upside down. So she took some rope and she thought, I better just, for the time being, tie my son to this mortar, then I'll go back and finish off the cooking and everything. So she tried to tie her son to the mortar, and try as she may, she couldn't do it. She took a long piece of rope and it was short, that much. She tied more rope onto that rope and tied again, still that much too short. Rope after rope after rope, she called all of her friends, they all brought their ropes. There were mountains of ropes, and still it was that short. Couldn't tie it, no one could. All the gopas were laughing. Mother Yasoda was sweating and wondering what to do. They were mystified, totally mystified. Krishna is teaching us something that he Krishna was teaching us something that you can't tie him up like that. He's only captured. But yes, by her endeavor. One finger was the sincere endeavor of Mother Yasoda, the other was Krishna's mercy. So eventually he agreed to be tied. So they tied him up with the ropes, or she tied him up eventually. And then she went back to attend to the cooking. Meanwhile, Krishna thought, now this is too much. First of all, she puts me down when I'm halfway eating. Then she comes and chastises me. Now she ties me up. What have I done wrong? Now I'll really do something naughty. So then he starts crawling this time, and pulls the mortar open. and he drags the water towards the two trees, the two Arjuna trees. Now Arjuna trees are very powerful trees. They grow in usually tropical countries where there's a lot of cyclones, and their roots are very, very deep, extremely deep, so they can't be blown over by the wind. So they're not like little trees that can easily pull out the ground. So when Krishna's a little boy, much smaller than this little fella here. Hare Krishna. What's his name? Gopal. Gopal. Haribol Gopal. Hare Krishna. What have you got there, Gopal? Come and show me. Come on. Come over here. What have you got there? Wow, look at that. That's amazing. You did this? He deserves a sticker. Well done, Gopal. Beautiful. Look at that. Krishna with his flute. Who's that? Who's that?
Mother Yashoda.
Mother Yashoda! I'm sure it is Mother Yashoda. Good. Yeah, Gopal. Gopal! For you. That's a sticker of Lord Jagannath. Hare Krishna. So then he pulled the water between these two big Arjuna trees. They were very close together, they were almost growing from the same root. And the water got stuck in between them. And Krishna continued to crawl. And it's inconceivable. When you're God, nothing is inconceivable. You can create universes just by the flick of his eyebrow. So it wasn't a big thing really for him, but it looks like a big thing. He pulled that water and stuck between the trees, and the two trees crashed to the ground. And Krishna was unharmed, of course. The huge trees, everything was smashed. And then the two demigods came out from the trees, Nalakubara and Mangalita. And so many things took place like that. So this is the pastime of Damodar, how Krishna was bound around the waist by the love of Mother Yashoda. He's bound up by love, not by ropes. Ropes of affection, you can say. A person is bound by ropes of affection. That's what really binds. And we can all bind Krishna. This is a good month to do it. He's bound up by love. He's controlled by the love of his devotees. Not with some ritual, not with some mechanical thing, but by actual love. We can show our love for Krishna at this stage. We're not purists, so we can't relate like that exactly. But we can show it by making our efforts to live our lives for Krishna's pleasure and to try to bring others to Krishna consciousness. And by chanting Krishna's names, we can express, we have at least a desire to love Krishna. And this is one way we can do it. So this festival of Damodar, and tonight we're going to offer lamps to Damodar. They're ready? Where are they? So we have, I think, lamps to offer. Everyone is welcome, I guess. This is another way which is recommended this month, is to offer a lamp. Deep to Lord Damodar. I don't know, you have ghee lamp or 1 2 minutes, I'm quite finished yet. Or candle or ghee lamp? Ghee lamp. So this is nice, you can do it at home. You have some, I don't know if we have enough for everybody here. What's the idea, that offer one, we offer many? Or?
Each one can offer one.
Oh, we have so many. Yep. That means say that maybe 20.
We have got enough replenishing.
Okay, as they come. So we have ghee wicks and some little lamps. So everyone can come forward in a few minutes, and we're going to make a nice offering to Damodar. And this is one of the recommended things in this month to do, to increase our love for Lord Damodar. Damodara. One who is bound around the waist, the abdomen. Dama. Daya. Do another Dara around the waist. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri Shri Radha Damodara ki Jai. Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Please get this Krishna book if you haven't got one already, and if you've got one, get another one. Get more, and distribute them to your friends. Great present, wonderful present. Just a picture of Krishna bound up in water with Maria Soda. And so you offer the lamps to this little form of Radha, the Soda Krishna. You can offer the circles if you want 7 times with each lamp to your Soda Krishna. You can offer to the other pictures as well, but you don't have to. At least the little deity of Radha or your Soda Krishna on the altar. And if you have a songbook, you can follow along. I've got another songbook in my blue bag, wherever my blue bag is. Where it is. If you look in the blue bag, wherever I have my blue bag, there's one more songbook on page 88. This song will be found. Jaya Radha, Damodara, Radha, Damodara, Asana Vedeham Savitara